Hello and welcome to the weekly Global Heartstream. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez, a professional coach, artist, and speaker who enjoys traveling the world, connecting with amazing people, and talking about the longest, most rewarding journey that you'll ever embark on, the 12-inch journey between your head and your heart. Through individual and group coaching programs, online courses, and live seminars, I teach a heart-centered approach to personal mastery, leadership development, and spiritual growth that helps people become the most loving, joyful, and powerful version of themselves. The Global Heartstream is a weekly dedicated space to help you reconnect with your heart, raise your vibrational frequency, and remind you just how powerful, loving, and amazing you already are. It's also an invitation to unify our hearts with the intention of bringing more love, compassion, and healing to a world that so desperately needs it. You can find out more about my work by visiting gabrielgonzalez.com, where you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, and register for my upcoming seminars. And if you enjoy this Heartstream, please be sure to subscribe, like, or comment so that we can reach more people and help make this a more loving, compassionate, and heart-centered world. Hello and welcome to the weekly Heartstream, and your host Gabriel Gonzalez, and a very happy new year to everyone. Happy New Year, Mariette. I think this is like the third Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Jennifer. Happy New Year, Veronica. Happy New Year to those of you who are joining us right now, to those of you who are listening to the replay. Welcome to 2022. The year of living wholeheartedly. That's what we're talking about today. I thought it would be a really wonderful way, especially after the Heart Start 2022 exercise that I've been facilitating this past few weeks, that we individually and collectively set the intention to make this the year we lived fully from our hearts. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Danny, over in Croatia. No, Croatia, sorry, in Romania. It's just your surname always throws me out because it Croatian sounds like Croatian. Hello, Pernilla. Welcome. Happy New Year, everyone. So as you know, this is the very first broadcast. I almost said forecast. Well, it's kind of like a forecast. It's the first broadcast of the year. We're easing into this year with this series of broadcasts. In case you're wondering what the Heart Start thing I mentioned at the very beginning, for the past past 3 years now, I've been doing this end of the year, beginning of the year conscious completion planning exercise for everyone who's part of my community and everyone who's a member at the Heart Leader community and anyone who's a subscriber. And it consists of a downloadable guide with some very powerful questions and processes to help you bring sense of completion to the past year and help you reconnect once again with your deepest heart's desires so that you move into this year from a greater sense of clarity about who you are, why you're here, and what it is specifically that you want to create. You know, one of the most common themes that came up during the Heart Start series of workshops and a lot of conversations is a lot of people saying something along the lines of like, this year I don't want to have goals. I just want to live from my heart. Okay, I just want to allow things to flow because I realize that when I do very little planning and I just open up to new possibilities, it's like something way better than what I actually had in mind shows up in my mind, in my life. And that is one of the ways you can tell you're living more and more from the heart. Hello, Ben. Welcome. Hello, Tareen. Happy New Year's from Holland. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Amanda. Rubler. Hello. Welcome. Those of you who are joining us right now. Thank you so much for being here on this very first broadcast. So If you miss the Heart Start guide and the 3 workshops that I facilitated, they will still be available until the end of the month if you sign up for them. Okay. You can sign up at the following link. You go to my website, gabrielgonsalves.com, then type in /heart start. Okay. That will take you to a sign up page where you put in your email address, and when it will immediately give you access to not just the downloadable guide, but you will also have access to the 3 workshops. And at the end of that series of workshops, I extend a very warm, welcoming invitation to join the Heart Leader community's new membership programs that we're now making available for new subscribers. Some of you are members of that community, so I'm happy to see you here as well in YouTube. And it is, in essence, an online learning platform for people who are just dedicated and committed to becoming the best version of themselves and want to learn how to master what I call the 9 skills of heart leadership. So this is primarily people who want to embark on the path of heart leadership and want to develop those skills that will turn you into a very powerful force that will bring great transformation in society. Hello, Florentina. You got 2 flowers in your name. Geraldine Kelling. She says, greetings from Ireland. Great to be here on time. Well, I don't know about on time. It is 6:10 by the time you're leaving this message. So can you prove you got here on time? Just joking. All right. So that's it for the announcements. So again, if you want to join the Heart Leader community, take the next step, access the courses that are available there for you to go deeper in this work. Go to www.heartleader.org. All right. So over on to then our key topic for today. The year of living wholeheartedly. You know, it is thanks to our wonderful Brené Brown that this word wholeheartedness has really hit the mainstream. And I'm so grateful to her work and her research and her courage also, her willingness to vulnerably stand on the stage of life and really share from a very real, honest, authentic space and help other people, thousands of people all around the world, do the exact same thing. Overcoming our own shame, our own sense of guilt, our own imperfections to really be more and more at home with our own humanity. One of the things that she often talks about is that vulnerability is the mother of connection, because unless I am willing to be vulnerable and to let someone really see inside of me what it is that I'm really thinking, feeling, sensing, wanting, longing, just expressing myself from a place of truth and being real, unless that is happening, there will not be connection. That's one of the reasons why we experience so many disconnections with ourselves and with other people, because we have all these different mechanisms of defense. She basically calls them our armoring, right? We go out into the world armored up and with this facade that is intended to, in essence, keep us safe. To live wholeheartedly means I'm willing to show up without this armor, or at least show up with the armor, with the knowledge and the awareness that I have this armor as a way to defend myself, and slowly begin to disarmor myself through the power of vulnerability. Now, you may be wondering, how can you do that? And how can you then set that intention for this new year to live more wholeheartedly? And how do you actually go about that? Because, you know, one of the things as a teacher and a coach on this topic and this theme that I found most people struggle with, including myself when I got into this work, is that at the very beginning, it seemed very woo-woo, idealistic, subjective, right? when you tell somebody like listen to your heart or follow your heart, it's such a cliche. It's been used so many times that we kind of take it for granted. But the truth is that even though we say it and would really mean it, the truth is very few people know exactly how to do that, which is why I'm committed to actually creating some frameworks, some processes to help people embody this awareness of what it means to live wholeheartedly, to live in essence from the heart. On Monday next week, when I do the Heartstream in Spanish, which is called Directo al Corazón, I really struggled translating the word wholeheartedness because we really don't have that word. And so I ended up settling for the expression a todo corazón, right? With the whole heart. And which is very funny. A friend of mine many years ago wrote a soap opera for adolescents. That was the title of it, A Todo Corazón. So it kind of cracked me up. So to live wholeheartedly and to experience this thing that we call wholeheartedness, how do you go about it? What are the steps? Can you actually do that? Or is that just some utopic ideology or fantasy? No, it's actually something that can be broken down into a series of steps that are very beautifully described in Tesh Steiner's book, Waking Up, One Person at a Time. I said, what is that? What it's called? Waking Up, One Person at a Time. No, Waking Up Together. That's what it's called, the book, Waking Up Together. It's a book about heart awakening. It's a book about people who are making the commitment to want to live more fully from their hearts. And the way that he breaks it down is very simple. He was actually, it's a teaching he received from his own guru during his years when he lived in India. And it's been brought together into a framework that he calls the 5 ways of being. This is something that if you get his book, Waking Up Together, or if you join one of my training programs, you will learn. You will not only learn, embody, and get to practice. Okay, so I want to share with you what those are. And then also give you the opportunity when we do our guided meditation to also to experience that sense of experiencing the world from the heart. So what are the 5 ways of being? Being clear, being present, being real, being connected, and being heart directed. And let me break it down for you so that you can gain a deeper understanding of this. To begin with clarity, like Stephen Covey once said in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is begin with an intention in mind. Having a sense of clarity that that's what we want. We want to live from the heart is where it all begins. Just like Brené Brown says, having the sense of clarity that I want to live more wholeheartedly, and therefore I need to be vulnerable. It is that sense, it is that direction of that sense of clarity that basically initiates the entire process. So we're not making assumptions. All right. We are just simply making the choice and having a level of clarity. That's what we want, and the reason why this is so important is because we live in a society, many of us have grown up in cultures where there's not a whole lot of clarity about what it is that we want. We never really get to be asked, what do we want to study? All right. There's a lot of assumptions being made. And so beginning with a sense of clarity, this is what I want. This is what I want my year to be about, is what initiates this whole process. One of the most powerful ways we can do this is by making agreements. Okay, agreements, for example, give us a tremendous amount of clarity when 2 people come together in a relationship or in a partnership for a very specific purpose. How many of you are in a relationship, for example, where you can answer very clearly the question, why are you in that relationship? What is it that you're wanting by being in that relationship? Right? Have you ever sat down with your partner and looked at them in the eye and say, hey, what is it that we're both wanting by being here? Well, notice that, for example, this Heartstream, when I created the invitation to these events, I was very clear. Right? The invitation was to come together, to unify our hearts for the purpose of raising our vibrational frequency, increasing our immune system so that we're all emerging stronger from this, experiencing our connection, and then connecting with our spiritual hearts and raising our vibration into the vibration of love so that then we can then affect the entire field of the planet by creating this expanded field of love, which is one of the reasons why almost in every guided meditation, we then take this coherence, sense of unity between heart and mind, and greater sense or feeling of gratitude, love, compassion, and we radiate it out to our loved ones and to the world. So that's why we're here. That was the invitation I extended to you. And in fact, the very name Heartstream is quite appropriate because it's like the stream of love and compassion, like leaving our hearts and going out to our loved ones and strengthening us along the way. And so the first way of being is just being clear. And as it regards to this particular topic is we're clear that this is what we want. We want to live from the heart. We want to make this year in which we're living from this inner awareness of greater compassion, love, kindness, and all the different things that we normally speak about when I mention the 12 virtues of the heart. It all starts there. The second way of being is being now present, being in your body, being in your senses, right? One of the things I often like to say is that the journey into the heart is through the body, primarily because at any given time, the majority of us are in our heads, are in our intellect, thinking about the future, thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight and where do I have to stop along the way, the groceries and this call that I have to make and this project that I haven't started working on. So, or thinking about the past or thinking way ahead into the future, very much disconnected. Have you ever driven your car home for 30 minutes or an hour only to realize like, oh my God, how did I get here? Who was driving the car? Because I sure wasn't. It's like you weren't present. It's like there was something else, obviously, that a part of you that was driving the car. But the movement into the heart means to move into this present moment awareness. And the way we do this is through the body. You notice that in every single one of our guided meditations, what do? Put a hand over the heart. We listen to the heartbeat. We focus on the breath, right? The two rhythms within the body, they're always beating and breathing in the present moment. And so that allows us to become present. And then from that place of presence, we can now really inhabit our bodies. Okay, so one of the ways you can move more and more into the heart, believe it or not, is through body work. It's one of the reasons why hugging, touching somebody, right? It moves you into the body. Or any kind of practice that involves movement will move you into the body. So that's the second way of being. We want to have a year where we're experiencing more connection with our physical bodies. The third way of being is being then real. So once we're really now in our bodies and we're now really listening to all the information that's coming through the physical senses, and then we're also present to our feelings, our emotions, then at that moment, then I can just be real about what it is that I'm thinking, what it is that I'm feeling, what it is that I'm longing for, desiring, wanting, etc. It is from that space then that I can be vulnerable. Another word for being vulnerable is being real. Okay. So You're most vulnerable when you're being most real. You're most real when you give yourself permission to be most vulnerable by revealing what it is that you have been hiding or protecting and just bringing it out. That's the third way of being. The fourth way of being then is being connected. Now, just like Brandon Brown says that the mother of connection is vulnerability, the mother of connection is being real, because it is only when I give myself permission to be real with you, to reveal to you what it is that I'm really thinking, feeling, sensing, wanting, longing for, desiring it. And you do the same thing, right? That then we can begin to experience our connection together. Okay, think of two cables, electrical cables. All right. If you have the two cables and they have the rubber coating, and you try to try to tie them, there's not going to be connection. The electricity is not going to move through them. You have to strip the cable of the rubber coating, and you have to hit metal with metal. And so think of it as like you have to have real with real. Real, two people who are being real with each other, even if they don't like what they're hearing. Right? Even if that's triggering your anger, even if that's triggering your disappointment, your sadness, whatever. But we're connecting, because the truth is that we can connect over any emotion. 9/11, we all connected over a tremendous amount of grief and pain. Brought us all together. My family, when my father passed away, it brought the whole family together. We were connected through our grief. So yes, we can also connect through our joy, like Carrying is saying right now, through celebration is another way we can connect. But the important thing, what makes wholehearted living different from, say, mindful or just regular living, is that it's not so much about connecting at the level of the mind or connecting at the level of the world of thoughts or ideas, right? So like, I like you if I like your ideas or if I agree with you, all right? If I agree with you, then I feel connected to you. But if I don't agree with you, then I feel disconnected to you and I don't like you. All right, well, wholehearted living is a whole different paradigm that basically says, I don't understand you, I don't get you, I don't even agree with you, but I accept your perspective, and I don't have to agree with you to feel our human connection, and to understand that you are another human being who also experiences grief, sadness, disappointment, joy, and all of that, which is part of our humanity. So we are then creating this connection at the level of the heart, right? Is that feel that great poet, Sufi, not Sufi, so Rumi, Turkish poet. He was Turkish, yeah. Would often speak about when he said, out there beyond ideas of right or wrong, there is a field. I'll meet you there. So that field is a space of the heart where it's not about being right or wrong. It's about wanting to experience our connection and accepting our uniqueness, our differences. Okay, that is ultimately what opens up the door for compassion. So we got being clear, right? Being present, being real. And then from that space is that then connection begins to happen. Right? Now, the fifth way of being is being heart directed. Once that connection has been made, once I can really see into your humanity and let you see into my humanity, and then we can be connected at this level, then it becomes much easier then to let this greater intelligence in which we're both being held to then begin to guide this friendship, this relationship, this experience, this project, whatever it is that we're choosing to bring this sense of heart direction to. Something greater begins to guide us. You can in essence say that through the heart, we align with the energy of love, the vibration of love, which is the energy or the field that nurtures, cares, and supports all of life. And therefore, as a result, then this energy that nurtures and cares for all of life begins to guide us, and begins to guide our decisions, our choices, and actions. It's one of the reasons why then when people begin to move into the heart, there's a greater sense of being in alignment with life. You know, you begin to see more synchronicities happen, manifestations begin to happen much quicker, sometimes even instantaneous. You know, you're thinking of a friend and then suddenly they call you. Okay. And whatever it is that you need shows up. And there's a sense of, wow, what is happening? Well, what's happening is that through your willingness to be clear, present, real, connected, and begin to align with a sense of inner sense of direction that comes from your heart connection, you begin to participate in this greater field that begins to draw towards you all the right conditions. All right. And so, what if this is the year then where you begin to live more and more and more from this heart center space? What is if this is the year when, for example, just to break it down, you initiate the year with great clarity about what it is that you would love to create? That was my invitation throughout the entire Heart Start 2022 series, for you to begin this year consciously and just choosing. You know, one of the exercises that we did as part of the Heart Start was a choosing a theme for this year, or a very specific word that you want this year to be about, so that there's a tremendous sense of clarity. All right. So the next thing is being present. What can you do during your daily? Is there some kind of daily ritual or something that you can do on a regular basis that will move you more into your body? Okay, that will allow you to experience more sense of being present and alive here and now, so that you can be present more to your emotions, to present to life itself, and to begin to let go of all these different mechanisms, social media, entertainment, certain websites, foods, habits, behaviors, whatever, where you just check out, where you just go and escape so you don't have to feel. Right? What if you can begin to let go of some of these little clutches, this little ways of escaping life and reality and uncomfortable emotions, so that you can be more present, more real, and then begin to strengthen your presence muscle, learning also not just to be present for yourself, but also present for other people. And then from that space, communicate in a much more real, vulnerable, authentic way. So that then, as a result of that, you're going to experience more deeper connections, more meaningful connections, experience connections unlike any relationships you had before. And then, as a result of that, begin to then to align more and more and more and more with this loving field of energy that emanates from the source, straight from the heart of God, through our hearts, so that when we can then participate in what many spiritual teachers has described as a friendly, loving universe, just like we have a friendly, loving God. What if this could be the year where you can embody these 5 ways of being that Tesh Steiner describes in his book, Waking Up Together? Are you willing to? Will you choose it? When? Let's move then into this heart center awareness together. I want to welcome you, Ben, Tareen, Said, those of you who are right just after we gotten started. Ben says, thank you for sharing your love and wisdom. I have learned so much from you. You're welcome, Ben. I'm glad you're getting value from these weekly heart streams. All right, so let's move into this heart center awareness together. Remembering that the journey into the heart is through the, anybody give me the word? Anybody would type it into the comment section? The journey into the heart is through the Going once. It's through peace and love and blessings. That's from Mara. I think Mara, I think you missed my question. Lovely to have you here. From Miami. Ah. Yes, Ben, thank you. Through the body. Alicia says the breath. Yes, the bodies. Yeah, Native Cheek says the eyes. Yes, it's also true. It's all through the physical sensations. The eyes is one of the senses. Absolutely. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. I often like to think of the eyes being the windows to the heart, because the heart is the eye of the soul. All right, let's begin. The invitation is to put your feet down as a way to ground yourself into this earth and then also into the body. Because here's the thing, the moment you feel your connection with the earth, what happens? You're feeling into your body, are you not? Yeah, this is all designed this way for a reason. I don't just say, put your feet on the ground because I am an autocrat. No, it's because I'm inviting you to come to your body slowly. So we begin putting the feet on the ground, feeling that connection with the earth that begins to move you from the thinking mind and all the intellectual concepts and ideas we've been talking about, moving into this present moment awareness. Gently close your eyes if you haven't already done that, and bring one hand over to the heart. And then while you're there, take a moment to gently caress your heart, almost as in giving yourself like little pats, as if saying, hey, good boy, good girl, you made it through. You made it through last year, and here we are, making new powerful choices for this year. And today I am making the choice to live more wholeheartedly, to live more from my heart, to live more from a greater sense of clarity, presence, truth, connection, and love. And then begin to breathe right there where the hand is. Breathing slow, deep, and evenly. As you breathe in and out of the heart, give yourself permission to release and let go of any unnecessary tension around the head, the neck, the shoulders. Noticing the gentle lub dub in the middle of the chest that is your heartbeat. Noticing also the breath all around it. Two rhythms constantly inviting you to the present moment, to the here and the now, the only place where God exists. Because ours is the living God. Ours is a breathing God, which is why we call it spirit. The word spirit in Latin means breath. Our ancestors knew very well that God is the essence of breath. that gives us life, that God is life, and life is God. We connect with the presence of God within us and benefit from it by becoming then more present ourselves. As you continue to breathe in and out of the heart, now take a moment to feel the feeling of gratitude or appreciation by thinking about someone or something that you deeply appreciate. Letting that feeling draw a gentle smile upon your face. And then breathing that feeling into your heart, energizing that feeling. Remembering that it is this feeling of gratitude and appreciation that opens the doors of the heart, creates a shift in electromagnetism within you, and brings you closer to the vibration of love. Feel the warmth. Feel the gentle caress of spirit breathing through you as you. Spirit making your heart beat. The presence of God felt in every heartbeat, reminding you in this moment, in this breath, in this heartbeat, I am. In the name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and speaking on behalf of everyone present here today, and anyone who's watching this replay, I unify my heart to the infinitely loving heart of God, knowing that where God is, I am. That where I am, God is. I and the Father are one. I and the Mother are one. I and the Son are one. I am one with the heart of God. The heart of God beating in me. The breath of God breathing through me. There's no place within me where the presence of God is not. Of this I am clear. Of this I am certain. For my life is a living demonstration of the miracle of life, which is the miracle of God. For this I am grateful, for this life, for all that has taken place so that I could be here today, for all the lessons learned along the way, for all the experiences of the past few weeks. I am grateful for the ability to make new choices in this new year. I give thanks for the ability to get up after making mistakes or losing my way. I am grateful for all the help, the resources, and all the support around me. I give thanks. And I declare in the name I am that I am, that this is the year I am living more and more wholeheartedly. knowing that to live wholeheartedly is to live from the center of my own human experience that is divine in essence. To live from this sense of unity and connection with the heart of God, the love of God, the wisdom of God, the power of God. That I may be present, real, connected with all of life. My friends, my families, and everyone that is part of my web of interconnection. That I may be a vehicle for greater love, creativity, compassion, healing, kindness in all my relationships. That my heart may remain open, available, and receptive to more love, prosperity, wisdom than I ever experienced before. That I may be open and receptive to the unconditional love of the Creator, our beloved Master Teacher, Jesus the Christ, the archangels, and all spiritual allies who are supporting us in this lifetime and helping us with our healing. May this be the year we heal and transform within ourselves all of that which we're ready to let go, to heal, and to transcend. May our healing be also our family's healing, our friends' healing, and the healing of all the sons and daughters of God within this planet and beyond. That we may help raise the frequency of this planet to the level of unconditional love, which is the level of the Christed awareness that Jesus the Christ, Gautama the Buddha, Lord Krishna ushered into this planet. May the heart of Christ live triumphantly within me. May Krishna dance forever in our hearts. May Buddha laugh within our bellies, increasing the consciousness of joy within us and all around us. That anyone who may walk in our presence may feel the presence of all these divine master teachers and avatars. And may this all be done for the glory of God in the microcosm and the macrocosm of our own self-awareness. For this connection, for this love, I give thanks. And so it is, and it is so. Amen. For the next few moments, continue to nurture this connection, breathing in and out of the heart, allowing the blessings to be received, allowing the healing to go to those places within you where it's most needed. seeing yourself, visualizing yourself as a connecting point of a grid of hearts that all over the world are holding the flame of unconditional love. It's the world filled with love. The world rising in love. The world illuminated with the light of love. Gently now we initiate our journey back to the fullness of this physical reality, choosing to bring this sense of heart connection with our Creator, with each other, with the planet, and with all of life to the next moment of our day. With the awareness that meditation is not something that we do in a compartmentalized way, that it's a state of presence that we bring to our everyday experience. It's a way of being. It's a way of being with ourselves, with others. That allows us to experience the world from a very unique perspective. Gently, you can now begin to open your eyes and reacquaint yourself once again with the totality of your surroundings, and then just check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Native Chick, how are you feeling? Geraldine, Kareem, Alicia, Ben, how are you feeling? Mara, Said, Flore, Amanda, Danny, Pernilla, Karin, Veronica, Jennifer, Mariette, how are you feeling? If you've been participating in the Heart Start 2022 process, would you mind sharing with me what is your theme for this 2022? What have you decided this year is going to be about for you? And if you haven't done that, would you consider signing up and checking it out, at least downloading the guide? It is available, again, if you sign up at gabrielgonzalez.com/heartstart. Okay, that will give you instant access to the 3 workshops. And then any of you who feels called to go deeper and to join the Heart Leader community, you can do so at heartleader.org. Karen says large. Yeah. Expand it. Mariette says dynamics. Let me just remove this banner here. Forgot to turn it off. Ben says, I'm feeling as light as a feather. Beautiful. Jennifer says, sleepy and relax. Yes. Sade says, amazing. Thank you. Native Cheek says, this meditation and my morning coffee is perfect. Yes, I know. I also meditate with my cup of coffee in the mornings, but obviously that was, my goodness, that was a very long time ago. It's 7 p.m. here, nearly 7 p.m. here in Spain. That was at 8 o'clock this morning here in Spain. Jennifer's, thank you, Gabs. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so this is the end of our time together. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're walking away like Ben. Everybody light as a feather. Don't know if you know this, but the Egyptians had a ceremony where they, after the person died, they would take the heart and weigh it against, one of those scales against the feather. And if the heart was heavier than the feather, then the person would go to hell. And of course, if the heart was lighter than the feather, then the person would be in heaven. And regardless of whether if that was true, it happened or not, I think the greater metaphor or the mythology is basically trying to explain something that we all feel. When the heart is light and we reach a level of peace, that's what heaven feels like. When the heart is heavy, that's what hell feels like in so many ways. All right, my beautiful invisible friends, I hope you enjoyed today's guided meditation and kind of fireside chat about what does it mean to live wholeheartedly. And my hope for each and every one of you is that you do live more and more and more from your heart. Because when you give yourself permission to live more from the heart, you unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. When you become more present, more real, more connected, you invite other people to do the same. All right, well, have a wonderful rest of the week. And I look forward to seeing you again next week, same time, same channel, where we continue to explore what it means to live from the heart. Until then, I send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for being here. Thank you for joining me in this week's Heartstream. I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself and your divinity, to the planet, to others, and to all of life. Please be sure to subscribe so that you can receive notifications about upcoming broadcasts. And if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, or register for my upcoming trainings and seminars, be sure to visit my website, gabrielgonzalez.com. Until the next time, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And as always, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.